Hello, welcome to Micro Lesson 1, where we'll be going through financial budgeting worksheets 1 to 3. Before we begin, do ensure that your personal budgeting handbook is with you for easy reference through the lesson for a fruitful learning. Before we get started with the worksheet, let me give you an idea about what you will learn through this personal budgeting activity. You will be able to know about how to manage your money and plan your finances. So these are the things we will be covering in micro video 1. Let's start with the introduction to financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability of individuals to make informed judgments and take effective decisions in managing their finances. The 3 tiers of financial literacy are Tier 1, Basic Money Management, Tier 2, Financial Planning, and Tier 3, Investment Know-how. Here we have the Money Sense Core Financial Capabilities Framework. So we will also be teaching you about the 5 core financial capabilities, which are understanding money, understanding yourself, your rights and responsibilities, managing everyday money, planning ahead, and selecting financial products. We will teach you these as we guide you through the handbook. Other than that, financial planning, which is the taking charge and managing of finances to ensure your financial well-being, involves 3 key steps. They are setting financial goals, assessing your financial situation, and managing your resources. There are 2 additional steps for the involvement of families for this service learning project. They are assessing your family's financial situation and also managing your family's resources. So, you will also learn about setting financial goals. Financial goals should be SMART. They stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Examples of a financial goal could be setting up a business or paying your children's university school fees. So, this is what we will be going through in Worksheet 1. Let's now start on Worksheet 1. Fill the personal information section with your own personal information. You may now pause the video and take time to fill yours up. Moving on to the family or dependent section. These are the people you are providing for. List down their names and their personal information in these boxes. We will now move on to the next section where you will be setting your own financial goals. I'm sure you have things you want to achieve in life, so you can now pause the video and take time to think about it. Some examples of financial goals are obtaining driver's license, buying a house, or even starting a business. List down your own financial goals in this column. To achieve these goals, you will need money to buy them. Think about the amount of money you will have to save up for these goals in your home country's currency, and write the values here. Now, convert the amounts you've written down here into Singapore dollars and write them down in column A. However, for column A, we will also have to take inflation into account. Hence, to calculate inflation, you can use this online inflation calculator. For this online inflation calculator, we will be using the forward flat rate inflation calculator. So, first, key in your current amount in this box and the estimated inflation rate at 3% per year. Next, write the number of years you need in order to save up for your goals. So then you click calculate and you will get the amounts needed in the future after calculating inflation. Under column B, you may write down the amount of money you have already saved for these goals. Column C, total savings required, is the amount you still need to achieve your goals. So to calculate that, take the number in column A here which is the amount of money you need to achieve your goals, and minus the number in column B, the amount of money you have already saved. Column D is the number of months you want to save for until you reach your goals. For example, if you want to buy a house 5 years later, that's 60 months. So you can write that down in column D. Lastly, to calculate column E, monthly savings required, which is the amount of money you need to save per month, use the number in column C, which is the total savings required, and divide it with column D, the number of months you need to save. After you're done with those, to calculate the total monthly savings required, you just have to add up the values in this last column and write the sum of the values here. That's all for worksheet 1. Thank you.
Next, before we start with our financial savings plan, it is key to understand what our personal financial situation is through calculating our financial net worth. In Worksheet 2, we will teach you how to arrive with your financial net worth. Now, what is financial net worth? Your financial net worth is the value left after subtracting your liabilities from your assets. Assets are things you own, like land, property, and cash in savings account, whereas liabilities are things you have borrowed and need to be paid back, like your housing loan and agent fees. To understand more about assets and liabilities, you may click on the link here to watch a video to learn more about financial net worth. Now, you may pause the video and list down the assets and liabilities you have in the table here, in both your foreign currency and the local currency. Do take note that if you share any assets or liabilities with your family, only include an estimated portion of it in the table. After you have filled in the table, we can now assess your financial net worth by subtracting your total assets from your total liabilities. If you have a positive net worth, you can review your financial goals to continue growing your financial position. If you have a negative net worth, review your financial goals to work out for a positive financial position. Here is an example of a completed financial net worth table where only the assets owned is cash savings at $10,000. If you are still unsure, you may ask us questions during our lessons.
Next, we will be looking at your personal spending pattern, which also refers to where you spend your money. In Worksheet 3, we will teach you how to classify your spending as needs or wants. A need is a basic necessity you must have for survival, such as food, clothes, and bags. A want is what you would like to have but is beyond your basic survival needs, such as branded shoes and bags. If you are still unsure, you may watch this video to learn more about needs and wants. You may run out of money quickly if you spend your money on unnecessary things. However, it is alright to spend within your budget as long as you are mindful and responsible in your spending. You may watch this video to know how you can shop responsibly. For starters, try to remember what you have spent on in the past week. List them down under expense items and include the date when you spent it. Then, classify these items into the correct expense type. You can find the list of expense types in Worksheet 4. You may now pause the video to recall your spending and list them down. So, after recording all your expenses, you will need to differentiate them between a need and want. If you forgot what it meant, you may replay the video. Here is an example of a completed weekly spending pattern table. Lastly, if you need help to track your spending, you may download Spendy on your phone or write what you have spent on a notebook. To sum up today's lesson, we have set your financial goals and how much you will need to save every month to achieve your goals. We also got to know your financial situation better through completing the financial net worth table and the spending pattern table. See you in the next lesson!